She's dead. Wrapped in plastic.
Welcome to the Twin Peaks podcast.
Damn good coffee. And hot. Would everyone please take a seat?
Welcome everyone to episode 23 of the Twin Peaks podcast. I'm Matt.
I'm Melanie.
I'm Brad.
I'm Caitlin.
And I'm Josh.
Yay!
Hey.
Yay!
Welcome.
Thank you. I'm glad to finally be here.
We're glad to have you. You are from the Moosecast, right?
I try to be.
You try to be. Okay, so we'll talk more about your podcast at the end. We'll let you plug it.
Sure.
Any comments about this episode right off?
I have, no, because it sounds like gloating, so never mind.
Gloating?
Well, because when I found out what episode, when I asked to be a guest and you told me which episodes are available, I chose this one because of certain events that occur in it. It's like Twin Peaks starts to go back on its rise with everybody, the second great coming of Twin Peaks. It's like where it's really, the crap starts to end and the really good stuff starts.
Did you watch the same episode?
No, hey, okay, first of all, it's Slaves and Masters, right?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, well,
yeah.
Two things that people don't like end, and I'm not going to talk about it because we'll get there, but two storylines come to an end on this episode, so.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's sort of what I meant, and, stuff like that.
It's not starting though, it's ending.
Yeah.
Well, it's an end. It's a good end. It's an end to something we want to end.
It's a relief.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's a relief.
Guys, I think we've forgotten the most important thing, the synopsis of this episode.
Yeah, let's get into that.
Uh-oh.
Let's hear it.
This is Season 2, Episode 15, Slaves and Masters. Cooper finds out who shot him, and finds help in his chess game with Windham Earl.
It's not the Windham Earl this time.
It's not. But there is an unnecessary semicolon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like there was an unnecessary comma left. Start by the director. Sorry. The director is Diane Keaton in this episode, the actress.
Oh, that is the Diane Keaton. Huh?
The Diane Keaton. Just like it's the Windham Earl, it's the Diane Keaton.
Most famous for her direction, of course.
Yes.
Anyways, just thought I'd throw that out there.
Well, if she directed those shots of the creepy chess pieces, that wasn't too bad. Those are kind of neat.
It's not her fault the episode was a horrible episode.
Horrible.
I think it is.
Is it? Is it really? I don't know if it was the writing or what. I don't know.
No, because there are a couple of times, and we'll get to them, where there are scenes that could have been good.
Oh.
Okay.
Let's just wait for those.
We should ask you how you got into Twin Peaks. Have you been a fan for a long time?
I actually remember I was about 9 when it first came on.
Mm-hmm.
9 or 10. And when I remember it being all over TV and stuff.
Yeah.
And my mom was into it. And, of course, I didn't care at the time because, I just didn't. But it always stuck in my head. And I do happen to remember that one of the opening shots, the one with the Twin Peaks sign, and I remember seeing maybe an ensemble cast picture in a magazine or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I happen to remember, I think it was James and Donna that I remember seeing.
That drew you in?
No. It wasn't until years later when I started being curious about stuff I'd never looked up, and the internet started showing up with having a lot of information on it. So I was like, I just started looking up stuff that I've always been curious about.
Mm-hmm.
I look up this show, and I had always thought it was just your average run-of-the-mill yuppie drama, as a friend of mine put it. But turns out it wasn't, and I'm all like, oh my god, really? So I finally the 2 seasons when it first came out on DVD hadn't come out yet.
Mhm.
So I was like, well, it's hard as hell to find anything at the time. This is kind of before you could sort of torrent things. So I remember stumbling upon the movie first, and I know it. Believe me, it didn't really spoil things for me because I still loved the hell out of it. But there was a couple clips from the movie and a couple songs I had heard from this band, Mushroom Head. Anybody know? It's like this crazy ass heavy metal band, and they love Fire Walk with Me. And I heard some quotes, and I'm like, sound clips, and I'm like, what the hell is this from? And then a couple months later, me and my friend are just watching this movie, and then a couple come on. I'm all like, oh my god, every single one of these is from this movie. So I just kept watching the movie over and over. Once it came on HBO, and I recorded it and watched it over and over. And then when I could finally torrent the show, I did. And every single time I watch the show, I fall in love with it more.
Wow.
So now, because of you guys, minus the whole Marsh thing, I love every single facet. Like, every single thing. I don't even except for the Marsh thing, everything.
I don't think anybody.
It's like
the Marsh.
James and Donna are fine as long as they're in Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
To me, they're okay. They're not my favorite at all, but I can deal with them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's it. So I'm a gigantic fan now.
Cool. Yeah.
Awesome.
I don't know too many people that came from the movie first and then into the show. That must have been a shock in a different way.
It was a shock in the fact that I didn't think that this show was like this whatsoever. I had no idea. I was like, my mom was into this? Half of the freaking planet was into this at one point? I mean, what the hell?
All right.
Awesome.
Well, let's get into the show. We already mentioned the
huge chess pieces.
Huge creepy chess pieces.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were real chess pieces with a camera put down to them, or were they kind of a scale mock-up or something?
Giant paper mache chess pieces.
Yeah.
So that deputy that's speaking to Malcolm there, does anyone else wonder if he's Andy's brother, or...
Yeah, I wrote EXO, or Outside Twin Peaks Andy, ?
Yes. Yeah, it seemed to have trouble spelling Jaguar.
He spells it with a W.
Yeah.
Evelyn seems to still be... Well, she's in mourning. She still seems to be into framing James.
Yeah. Reluctantly, I guess.
I really thought this was over.
Nope.
No, sorry, Brad.
I was so shocked. I mean, well, I knew from, the podcast, you guys mentioning it, but I really thought that this was pretty much wrapped up.
You weren't glad to see exposition, Malcolm, again.
Oh, that's the thing. In this episode, he's more rapey hands Malcolm.
Yes.
That's true.
Yeah, he reminds me of a guy that was in this old PC game I played about spies and espionage, and he was the assassin. But it's not him. I looked him up. However, I did find out he was in a 1992 episode of Red Shoe Diaries.
Oh, wow.
Crossover. I like when he leaves, there's 2 other hidden deputies behind him. Did anyone notice that? They all left in like a little conga line, or
There's like a little cartoony conga line.
Or a human centipede.
That was really weird. But I think that's something we see a lot of in this episode. It's this weird shots like that.
Yeah.
It was very distracting.
It was.
This whole episode is like this hyperactive, over-caffeinated, intense, artistically artistic and matters that don't matter collage of insanity.
Yes.
There's like those 7 guys at Wally's looking at whatever the hell that was that they were looking at. I don't know what they were looking at.
Is it just me, or like the murals at Wally's, are they more fluorescent?
Yeah. The people painted on the wall.
I don't remember them in the last episodes being this brightly fluorescent.
They do seem to stand out.
I don't remember them playing opera at Wally's last time either. But they were.
Yeah. James and Donna discuss their options.
Why haven't they left town yet?
He just really wants to go back there for one more kiss, so... As we'll see later.
Not much of a hideout. It looks like the cops just hang out.
Yeah.
It's a hell of a hideout.
Do not hide out at Wally's hideout.
For this whole episode, I had a hard time listening to anybody talk.
Why?
It seems like everybody's just really boring this episode.
And this is when we're starting to get the direction. There's a lot of speeding through lines.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot, it's like there's too much dialogue, but as opposed to just trimming things, she's just like, well, just say it really fast, and I'll move the camera around a lot.
Yeah.
Is that what you felt about the next scene with Bobby and Shelley at the sheriff's station?
Oh, that's just... why is Harry so insistent to find out, what were you doing at Shelley's place? I don't even understand what the implication is, except Harry just judging people.
I think
he's judging.
I think he's still trying to find out who shot Leo. Or Leo Stein, as they call him.
Yes.
So you called that one.
Did. Also, Bobby is sure that Hank shot Leo, which is the first time we've got solid, I think, evidence of that. Why? I still don't understand why he didn't turn him in.
He was still trying to hide the fact that he was over there. Like,
yeah, I think
everything was still on the down low, so he couldn't tell any details at all, or else he would be implicated.
Right. Yeah, Albert comes in.
Yes!
Yeah,
freaking awesome moment.
There's a big hug for Harry.
Yeah, I wrote down bro hug.
Yeah.
Man, their relationship has really improved.
I know. It's as much as I like Albert, it's totally not the same person from the first season.
I hate it.
Yeah. Like, he's still fun, but he's not nearly as fun, and he seems like a completely different character now. But
I guess the Bob situation kind of ended that.
Mellowed him.
It seemed to be after that, like immediately after that.
Yeah.
And he seemed rather, more somber after that.
Yeah.
And then we hadn't seen him in a while, and I guess he's like, well, I'm not going to be an asshole anymore.
I guess he's not taking life so seriously anymore or something.
I don't know.
I don't know. But
there was no reason for him to stop.
No.
So.
I feel like they made a conscious decision when they decided to make him not as dark and cynical and give him this happy-go-lucky Buddhist, everything's at peace mentality. Mm-hmm. That's when everything changed. And since then, they've been making him lighter and lighter.
Maybe they got a complaint, so they decided to change his character.
Yeah, someone along the lines of influence complained.
Yeah.
ABC somewhere in there.
Yeah, that's what it looks like to me. Because why else would they change the character like that randomly?
Yeah.
Well, it may not have been, from high, hey, we want him to be lighter. It may have been something as simple as, just some random, either an actor or somebody on the production team was just like, yeah, he's too cynical. He's an asshole. I don't like him.
Probably Lara Flynn.
Probably Lara Flynn. Let's blame her.
Nobody likes her.
So, I completely forgot about this. Why is Windham Earl sending random pieces of wedding dress outfits and stuff to random police stations?
Like, it makes a C.
Yeah, it makes a C.
It's a C on the map.
But what I wonder is, why is it in the South?
Yeah, like that has nothing to do with anything.
Like down in across Arkansas and Mississippi and stuff. It's like, there are other places you could put that.
More relevant places where you...
Why not in the state of Washington or something?
Yes.
I know, it's like they were coming after me.
They're starting to spell couples.
Like, my hometown is right up,
They were just trying to circle you in, Brad, so that
I know.
you'd be able to escape.
If he had made a complete circle, he would have gotten Jackson, Tennessee. Also, okay, this is another place where direction is terrible. He's pulling out all this evidence, and it's just like, here's a photo, here's a map, here's this evidence, here's the dress, here's this. Just showing the photos in the way that it's one on top of the other, and the speed of it. Mm-hmm. It's too much, it's too fast, and it's completely unnecessary.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So is what he said. He said a fake credit card with the name Windham Earl on it? Then who gives a crap?
Mm-hmm. But see,
it's like, why not a fake name on the fake credit card? You know what I mean? Like, it's just kind of pointless.
Yeah.
There's so much unnecessary stuff.
See, this is interesting, though, because I would have never really, noticed that, that it would have been like, you know, a director's mistake to do that. So it's interesting that you're pointing that out.
But Albert had a perfect chance to make fun of Harry when he misunderstood rigor mortis, and it just... he's lost his edge. And he even compliments Coop's look.
Oh, yeah. On the muted... whatever tones?
Yes.
Muted earth tones.
What about the music? The music in, like, Cooper at the window? It's...
Yes.
Cooper's had a hard life.
Anyone else want to describe the next scene?
Well, we start off with an amazing shot of a blade, I guess?
Yeah.
Ooh, there's sparks. It's a blade. Because Cooper to Windham Earl, there's sparks in between them, maybe?
Yeah, that kind of makes sense.
I don't know.
One is tearing at the other. Maybe?
Sure.
I have literal interpretation, maybe?
Okay, so Brad and Caitlin, after Windham Earl's pretty cool introduction last week, what do you feel about him after seeing him prance around in his Union suit flute?
I am not impressed. Not impressed.
This is the greatest crime Diane Keaton has made in this episode.
Yes.
Because I got a feeling, because this is the first time we really get to spend some time with Windham Earl, and I think this is probably going to I'm just going to make a guess that this is probably going to color his character through the rest of this season. Because this scene could have been really good. Like, really, you look at the dialogue alone, it's interesting dialogue.
Yeah.
But it's played, like, 80,000 times crazier than it should be. It could have been really creepy, but instead it's just this manic insanity with one level, and that level is crazy.
Yeah, it's like a amateur way of saying he's crazy.
Yeah.
And it's like, we get it. We know he's crazy.
Yeah.
It's just kind of played for laughs, yeah.
They really bring him down. Like, we're supposed to be scared of this character, and they just kind of ruined that, in my opinion.
Yeah. Subtle as a freight train.
Yeah. He is semi-menacing when he's smacking that cudgel flute around, but...
The shakuhachi flute.
Shakuhachi flute. But yeah, just...
Can you imagine if he had played that completely straight and somber, and then all of a sudden was just hitting him with the flute?
Yeah. That would have
been awesome.
Yeah. What do we think of Leo's turn?
Wow.
Is he really that different, though?
I know that the poor actor, he just got out of like 10 episodes of being an invalid and being fed food, and now he's
still being fed
food.
Yes.
Well, even before that, I mean, he was really just like running errands for Ben Horn and being menacing every once in a while.
Now he's got his shock collar on.
Yeah, a shock collar? Really?
Yeah. Does Leo deserve it?
Maybe the first part of his quote-unquote incarceration in life, but not this. I don't know. I think it would have been funny, him if he was still wandering around like a friggin' Frankenstein monster. Just wandering around the woods for the rest of the season. Bumping in the trees,
So next, at last, we have Hank and Norma together.
Hooray.
So is this the first time that they, do
that we've seen?
That's what I think. That's what I'm led to believe.
Yeah, they said it's been 20 years. I'm like, really? So, what was all that?
They're slow adulterers.
Yeah.
I guess. Let's meet behind the diner to hold hands for a while.
Yeah.
That's exactly how it was.
Oh no, Hank's out of prison. We can't meet and hold hands and not have sex.
Just one sec.
I'm wondering if I should read this part. We got these the wrapped in plastic magazines from what's his face again? What's his name? Ghosty. Yeah, Ghosty. And there's a Kenneth Welsh interview in it. He plays Windham Earl, and he talks about the different directors that he worked with. And he talks about Diane Keaton. Should I read it?
Yes.
Oh yes.
Yeah. He says, "Then we had Diane, and she, of course, being an actor herself, was totally free with having us put our own input into it. She would encourage us to go even further. I remember when I was doing that scene with Leo on the floor, she would just say, 'Go on, take it as far as you want.'"
Yeah.
There it is.
She was having as much fun as anybody because it was a new exploration for her too. She hadn't directed much until that point. She was
Or after.
Yeah, she was like a kid enjoying all the toys she had. And she had us go along with it, like that whole shakuhachi business. Diane made full use of it. She knows totally how to bring the actor out, to let the actor go, invent, and explore, because she did all that Woody Allen stuff. She really knows how to do that. That's it.
Actors need to be reined in.
She just let them go.
That's what happens when you let them go wild.
Truer words. Truer words have never been spoken.
He said it in a really nice way, though. So sorry, what did I interrupt? I don't even remember.
Ed and Norma.
Yeah, Ed and Norma. Caitlin, keep going.
Should I start again, or what?
No.
Did I don't even remember where I interrupted.
No,
I'm
we got some stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember.
We can just jump back into bed with Ed and Norma.
And Nadine as well.
Yeah.
Okay, I might be crazy, but a person with a high schooler's mentality would still realize that it's weird to jump in bed with them, right?
But
Yeah, I
this
mean,
isn't just
they don't
any
pl-
high schooler.
Right.
They don't play her as a high schooler. They play her as a 6-year-old. You know,
Yeah.
like high schoolers aren't like that. I mean,
Well, it's not so much the high
Jeez.
school. I think it's just the complete denial.
oh, that's right.
Because Nadine's always known that they were, holding hands at the diner.
Or
Ugh.
how about probably like she's not playing herself at that age. She's playing as like a fictionalized version of someone at that age,
Mhm.
like something from TV or something.
Mhm.
The bedroom decoration, because this is the first time I think we've ever seen the bedroom.
Yeah.
Between the wallpaper and the paintings of the children holding animals.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
what's up with that?
terrifying and hilarious.
Those are some sexy pictures right there.
Wasn't it like a big empty pink wall or something? Some like color that a wall shouldn't be?
It's like a flesh color.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's pink on the walls except behind the bed where there's the crazy blue patterned wallpaper.
Yeah.
It's like, but this is Ed's bedroom.
He
It
let
makes you feel that much worse for that guy for the past 20 years.
Yeah.
he let Nadine decorate though. You
Obviously.
can't, it's obvious. She likes ceramic figurines. How can you
Yeah.
expect somebody like that to have any good kind of taste?
She'll break
Yeah.
break your arm if you disagree with her too.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
that's right.
Also, the horrible location of that shelf the figurines were on. It's like so in the way.
Mm.
It's true.
You know, like there should be a door or something through it or something.
That's why it was conveniently destroyed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of bad direction, when she brings the trophy in and they pass it back and forth,
Mhm.
it's so awkward. The business is so awkward of passing the trophy, and it's so forced that it's just awful. It's like the whole scene is built around following that trophy.
Yeah.
Yeah, she had no vision. She just let them do whatever they wanted.
Oh.
Go along, kids. Have all the candy you want. Do whatever.
And the thing is, like, it's fine to encourage actors to go to extremes,
Yeah.
but that's so that you can find the extremes and then take them down to a normal level and then use that when you need it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You gotta find the difference between 0 and 10 so that you can, have all the heights and levels to a scene you want. Not so you can just play it to the 9s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all about good management, isn't it?
Oh.
Is it? I don't know.
Yes.
It's about knowing what you're doing
Yeah.
and what you're trying to achieve.
Yeah.
Okay, so next thing I wrote is Josie has squirrel claws.
Yes.
And she likes to feel herself up.
Yes.
Acting via squirming.
Did anybody notice when it first focused on her hand, there's a bug crawling near her hand?
No, it didn't.
Like a big black and yellow, not a spider, but some sort of insect. Yeah, and I'm wondering, what the hell? Like, okay, is it some sort of, was it something we weren't supposed to see and it was to get the actress to act squirm? You know? But it's not like it's off to the side. It's almost center of the screen. Just you're focused on her hand and you don't see it, but it's there. It moves for a couple frames.
Did
It's
you
like-
just pull it up, Brad?
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. It's gross.
How'd I miss that?
It's Bob back as a bug.
Oh no.
I had never seen
It's
it
the
before. My
Squirrel
review
hand is so distracting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just couldn't stop staring at her god awful nails. They're ugly. Sorry if anybody has nails like that, but it's disgusting.
She just threw her pen in disgust.
I was disgusted.
I do gotta say though, I am quite a fan of Josie in these maid uniforms.
Yeah, she's pretty attractive in those maid uniforms.
Guys, I'm sorry, I'm back to this bug thing.
Okay.
I honestly believe I'm laying down cash right now that the direction is, alright, we're gonna show a bug by your hand. Now for the rest of the scene, I want you to think about there's bugs crawling on you, and that's how you feel, like bugs are crawling on you, because that's what she's doing.
Oh man.
That's what's happening in this scene.
That's terrible.
That's true.
Or they wanted something in comparison to make her nails look good.
Maybe, yes.
I don't know.
But
She's like, ooh, a bug. Oh, human hand. You know.
Yeah.
So the police want answers. We find out Asian man was shot 3 times in the back of the head.
Asian hand.
Asian man.
Yeah, we need answers about this Asian man killed business.
With 2 exclamation points.
Yeah.
And then Coop gets high on coffee fumes.
Okay. We're gonna have to take some time on this as well, because this may be the worst scene in the entire episode.
What? That scene, really?
With the clothes.
Yeah.
It was pretty bad.
Yeah. Let's break it down from the fact that it starts. There's way too much in the beginning. We have Cooper smelling the coffee fumes, and then there's still another beat before Pete walks in.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much unnecessary time there, and then we have the weird shot with like the swinging door.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the awkwardness of carrying the clothes, and it goes on for so long.
I enjoyed it because it was awkward.
I enjoyed it just because Pete was in
Yeah,
it.
Pete. I like Pete. He makes
I love
it
Pete.
enjoyable.
Mm.
But it's the thing is, it's like when David Lynch gives you an awkward scene, it's that step of being so awkward that it becomes something of its own. And it's interesting, and it's not there. It either needs to be a little bit more or less. And another thing is it's like these scenes are so... The Diane Keaton... This whole episode, all the scenes that she tries to make David Lynch awkward scenes, they aren't for a point.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when you get like an email from like your 50-something-year-old Republican aunt, and it's just all like capital letters and exclamation points.
Yeah,
It's
trying
for
too
no
hard.
reason.
Yes. I'm glad we have you on here to explain this, because I can't put what I feel into words.
Oh, sorry, I'm just raging.
No, it's good. You know what you're talking about.
There's just not a point to it. The David Lynch scenes, the awkwardness is a point in itself.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
This is just ornamentation.
Yeah, there's usually a focal point for him. Whereas this one, there's just so many things coming at you at once,
Mhm.
and it's just so distracting.
There's not a reason for it. It's just there.
Mm.
So Coop takes some fibers and some gloves.
Why?
Is that what?
Yeah, he doesn't have a reason.
You just noticed.
Did he? Yeah. Did he suspect Josie before that?
I think it was
So?
because it was a vicuna coat, and that was part of the...
Maybe.
You noticed it
But
was
he
like...
recognized it as vicuna right
Well,
away? I mean,
No, I think he checked the tag, didn't he?
maybe.
See if it was vicuna.
Maybe it said one dry cleaned vicuna coat on the tag.
But he apparently also takes her gloves because they check those for powder later on.
Yeah.
But so I guess he just takes the only pair of gloves that are there and just takes
He's
them.
like, well, I can't sample this, so I'll just take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He basically...
I was wondering why he took the threads from that one coat when there's all that laundry there.
I think he just kind of saw it on top and is like, hey, that looks like vicuna.
Wow.
I wouldn't know a vicuna coat from any other coats.
Me.
Yes, but you're not a detective either, so... Sorry.
Not.
Exactly. A
I was
trained
a costume-
FBI agent.
But I was a costume designer for a semester.
Did you have to tag all your costumes? One
Yeah.
vicuna coat?
Yes.
Oh.
He had a dream where the giant was wearing a vicuna coat with those gloves, and
Exactly.
Yeah. We just didn't see.
we just didn't see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good call, yeah.
So in the next scene, we find out. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but we find out Eckhart was wearing sunglasses because he has pink eye.
Yes.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I saw that too.
I don't know. It looked like he was just crying or
Is
something.
that pink eye? Does anybody know?
I don't know. It's
Have
just,
you guys had pink eye?
his eye was
before?
just all bloodshot.
It's something.
Yeah, it's something. That's the only note I have for that scene.
I do love the dramatic, like, the whipping off of the sunglasses, though.
Yeah.
It was like CSI or something.
Oh, hey, there's another thing. In my notes, I have Ecker. Doesn't this where he calls someone? Who's he calling?
Yep. He calls Josie.
Yeah, he calls Josie. Okay. When he gets off the phone, anybody notice the painting in the back wall? It looks like a painting of a One-Eyed Jacks girl.
Oh, really?
Oh,
with
really?
red curtains behind her.
That's right. Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah,
Like-
it looked like just like a friggin' slutty.
And this was
painting.
hanging up in the Great Northern?
This is in his room, I assume.
Yeah.
So I guess
it's a Playboy
was it
book.
like Ben saying, "By the way, I'm involved with this too"? Is that what that was?
That
or-
secret.
I know. It's
Oh.
like, I don't know what that picture's alluding to, but you know.
There's also a painting on the wall beside Catherine of an owl.
Ah, yes. There are a lot of owls in this episode. I think that was Diane Keaton trying too hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When
By the way, we have owls.
the One-Eyed Jacks girl was probably Ben trying to do some subliminal advertising.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Just no words, just a One-Eyed Jacks girl. You'll know what it means.
So what do we got next?
Ben in the lobby.
Yeah. And Johnny's back. and he
Johnny
fits,
looks a lot like Jerry.
yeah. He fits in with his family now.
Yeah.
Yes.
For one brief shining moment.
Yeah.
But the mother's still locked up in the basement with the Hayward kids.
Yeah.
Terrible.
What do you guys think of Audrey taking charge over her uncle?
She kind of owned Jerry with that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, by the way, yeah, this.
Are you guys surprised that she wants her dad back? She was, not a fan of him early.
Well, yeah, but she's just got weird daddy issues, let's face it.
Yeah.
There's a lot tied up in that.
I like their take on taking Ben out in public. Got the 5 employees dressed up as like drummers in the lobby of the hotel.
Yeah.
We get more Dixie.
Except it was worse this time.
Yeah. Johnny joined in.
Ugh.
What's your next note, Brad?
Oh, this is where Evelyn Marsh looks even less attractive.
I think she's supposed to look haggard here, but
She looks harsh.
Yeah. Well, they had to make her look drunk, so they probably took off her makeup. And that's what she really looks like.
Oh.
Oh, Rapey Hands Malcolm goes bananas.
you feel bad for Donna?
No.
Donna doesn't really try. She sort of like puts on a show of making an effort, but by the end she just like is crying.
Yeah.
And
Wah.
not impressive at all.
She held up really good, though.
Yeah.
I guess until she got groped by Malcolm.
I think I would cry, too.
And again, there's a problem with there's just not any levels, and especially with Donna. There's hardly ever any levels to Donna, but there's a lot going on in this scene, and there's just nothing. It's just angry demands. Oh no, I'm being groped. Ah! I just want to go home. Why are you even here? How does Malcolm, he goes around, audibly threatening, groping, and attacking people. How is he not suspicious? He's the guy's driver.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's only not suspicious if he's her brother. And he's not.
Yeah.
That was only for James.
Yes.
Anybody notice there's an owl sitting on the bar? It's
No.
like a statue or something.
No.
Oh.
So right at the beginning when you first see Evelyn.
No, I did not.
So
I
there's
did not.
owls crammed right into your face, kind of.
But they're not Twin Peaks owls, so they're just regular owls.
Oh yeah, these are not evil.
So, were you scared by Malcolm?
I was shaking my boots.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought.
So scared.
Let's move on.
Who needs Bob when you got Malcolm on the loose?
I know.
Apparently Josie shot Coop and Jonathan. Why? What reason does she have to do that? Well, to Jonathan...
And no, first of all, do you guys think it's her? Second of all, why would she do it?
The Jonathan one is kind of easy, but why would she shoot Coop if she did?
I don't know, she was probably being forced to by some ridiculous plot constraint. Or she was just really jealous of his and Harry's relationship.
That's probably it, yeah.
It's one of those two, I'm almost positive.
Albert's worried about Harry. You're not Albert!
Okay, so prediction. So Major Briggs has been replaced by a duplicate. And so has Albert. Check him for a scar behind his ear.
Yes, exactly. That transient, I think I read on a Facebook group that somebody said that transient was played by Cal McLaughlin's brother. Was that? Did I read?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay.
Did you guys see the picture of the guy in this episode? It looked pretty much like him, except he had kind of a dirty beard.
Well, I think Caitlin said in the last episode that she thought it looked like Coop.
Yeah. Good
Yeah.
catch, Caitlin. If we had awards and points, we would give them all to you. But we don't.
I agree
Well,
with Caitlin.
maybe someone will give me a video.
Oh yeah, we've done those in a while.
That's right. I almost forgot.
So,
Is there anything? Oh, sorry.
Sorry, the amount of evidence against Josie is insane. Did you see the sketch?
It's her exactly. Yeah.
The sketch is a photograph.
And Cooper says something along the lines of, "Well, I hope it's not her."
All those Asians
I haven't
they
had a
look
dream
alike.
about it yet.
Oh.
Worst lawman ever. Take her into custody. She's killed. She tried
Is
to
there
kill
anything,
you.
Yeah.
anything special about the number 30 to Cooper?
I don't think so. Why?
Because it ends up on his face when he turns around and says, "Albert, not a word of this,"
Oh, it's on the projector.
Yeah, it's directly on his face. I'm just wondering.
Not that I know of. Maybe he's 30 years old. I don't know.
Yeah, that's it.
We'll see if we can find that out for you.
Yeah. So, Caitlin, why would Josie... Do you know why Josie would try to kill Coop?
Maybe she's panicking. That's the only thing I can think of.
Because there's a lawman in town.
Yep, exactly. A competent lawman in town.
That's what she thought.
Yes.
So when they said they had their very own chess expert, who did you guys expect?
Expecting maybe the mayor or something, Dougie.
I could see it being the mayor.
Anyone really? I don't know. I don't buy Pete.
No.
I love Pete. I was happy, and I think it was fun. And maybe in a better episode, I would have been okay with this.
Mm-hmm.
But it's no. Uh-huh.
Do you have?
It didn't work for me either.
Do you have an alternate who you think it should be?
I think it would have been, if we're gonna go down the wacky train, I think it would have been awesome to have Andy be amazing idiot savant.
Well, he is really good at sketching, so.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's already got his sketching, so he's got to give Pete the chess playing.
Pete the other.
Should have been the log lady.
Yeah.
Or maybe if they
again.
developed, yes. Or maybe they developed it in a different way, and Pete had never played chess, and it just turns out he's amazing.
Yeah.
But it's just the convenience factor, really, of, oh, you need an expert chess player? Well, why didn't you ask?
Hey, at least they didn't introduce a new character.
Yes. We can be.
That would have
we can
been
be
worse.
We can be thankful for that. Yeah, they are just trying to find stuff for their characters to do that they haven't had stuff to do in a while.
Which is good. I respect that, but it could have been done better.
Yeah. This cast needs to be trimmed down a little bit at this point, I think.
In the background, we see, this is when we see Norma bringing in the giant ice cream cone.
Yeah.
Pete's behind the counter. Why?
It's just easier to get at the chest that way. I don't imagine Norma would care.
Yeah, but it feels weird.
They're taking
It
up
feels
the
like it's
entire
not the counter. You know?
This whole episode's weird anyways, so...
Yeah, that's true.
I like how Norma brings in that giant ice cream, and then Shelly comes in begging for her job. She's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I meant to visit you, but I've just been so busy cleaning and polishing these giant ice creams.
There's definitely something bizarrely phallic about these two women on their knees polishing the giant eat-it-all ice cream cone.
Wow,
you got a good imagination, Brad.
Thanks, Brad.
I'm just saying.
I found it odd how close Norma and Harry were talking to each other in that little window.
They had to, because, the framing.
Well, they had to fit in that little window.
Yeah.
The director said so, but they had to fit both of their heads in that little window, and it just made them... They were too close for people who aren't lovers.
Yeah, it was kind of bad framing.
She was kind of like studying his face as he was speaking, and I'm like, you shouldn't be that close unless you're about to kiss someone.
Agreed.
But they're behind closed doors. They're telling secrets. Oh my gosh, this whole show. Wow.
So are you guys turned off of the show yet?
No, never.
Aw, thanks, guys.
It's a bad episode with horrible direction. And nothing much happening.
Yes.
But I'm still in.
Forgive it.
It's not going to get worse.
I don't remember if it does, honestly.
Yeah.
I challenge. If it gets worse, I can only be amused.
I think this is the very worst of it.
Probably.
It has. I'm gonna say it has to be.
Yeah.
I will eat my hat otherwise.
Do you wear hats?
I'll go buy a hat and then I will eat it.
You'll pull a Herzog and he ate his shoe, but you can eat your hat.
I will get a little maid's hat.
Will you put it on film?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
I hope the next episode is worse.
It's on recording.
So Eckhart visits Josie and Catherine, and then they're talking about trading Josie right in front of her. And it's like something out of the slave trading days.
She's kind of like a zoo animal.
Yeah. Well, he even...
Oh, Lord, this episode actually has a reason for its title.
It's true, yeah.
Diane Keaton came through where the past episodes haven't.
It's not Diane Keaton. That's writing.
Oh, that's true.
No, I think the episodes only got named, years after the show was finished. I think they only had...
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So this is an extremely, extremely formal engagement we have here.
Yes.
Tux worthy.
I think he's always wearing a tux.
It's a really bad tux, though. It's got the bad patterns on it. I can't really describe what those patterns are.
The 90s, you must forgive it.
Yeah.
Pig head.
Yeah, pig head. That's weird.
What's up with that? That's a
nice dinner.
It's a weird mean course.
Josie, you threw away the wrong part of the pig. You really aren't good at this.
How about the awkwardness of Josie trembling with the wine bottle?
Yeah.
The wine bottle of this scene is the trophy of the Nadine scene. Mm-hmm. It's all about that wine bottle.
We get an extra good shot of Josie's hand as Thomas gives it a kiss.
And it compliments it. But there's no bug in the scene, so
Did she never had those nails before, did she? That I noticed them. But...
I don't know.
I'm surprised she didn't chop them off while she was cutting the apple. She was not looking at what she was doing.
Let's move.
I'm sorry, guys. This is the scene I meant earlier, where Evelyn looks absolutely horrific.
She looks horrific in every scene, Brad. What do you?
No,
She does.
This takes the cake. The blowing the smoke.
Oh yes. How disturbing was that? Is that a talent? Can you say that's a talent?
I tried it. I can't do it.
I hope it's not.
It's like tying cherry stems, but much less sexy.
Yeah.
Depends who's doing it.
Yeah.
Much more stinky.
Yeah.
Do we feel sorry for James?
Do we ever?
No.
She says James is good and James is honest.
He tastes good and honest. And she likes the way he tastes.
To eat you.
You could have had a flavor.
Yeah, but he likes the way she tastes, which I'm guessing is cigarettes and gingivitis.
But I don't. Oh, I hate James. Last episode, he's like, "You're wrong," and now he's like, "I'm gonna taste you." Do you think he was just going in for the kiss just so he could say it's wrong again dramatically? He never got the chance because he got knocked out. He was just speaking with Donna moments ago. Forgot.
Yeah, and the fact that he gets on top of her on the couch when he's like, I'm gonna turn you guys in. It's like, what are you gonna rape her in confession? What's happening?
Rape her new confession. Oh my god.
He's trying to use his puppy dog eyes and big pouty lips.
Yeah. All right, let's move away from that.
No.
Okay.
Because then Malcolm shows up, and doesn't he immediately and then he's immediately talking to Evelyn. He's like, all right, here's the plan. Because I think Malcolm has run out of exposition, so now he's gonna make up exposition.
Well, growing.
He came in here and he killed your husband, and now he came to kill you, and then he's gonna all grabby hands again.
So in the next scene, Audrey is even dressed up now.
Yeah, this is getting ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh, camera shot through the grass.
Of the horse's eye. Woo! But it's like a binoculars for some reason.
Like opera glasses.
Yeah.
How far these characters have all fallen.
Seriously.
It's kind of sad when you compare them to season 1.
Yeah.
Now they're going over terms of surrender. North is surrendering to the South. There's no terms whatsoever about slavery. So at least that wasn't high on his list when he
Bobby doesn't get it.
It's understood. It's understood.
Some things are best left unsaid.
It's on the cover of the document.
Bobby doesn't get it. Like, I thought the North won the war.
Yeah.
He doesn't understand.
Like, well, yeah. Here's a person to face, right?
I thought that was the perfectly appropriate action.
Smack.
Oh, she hits him twice, too.
Oh, does she?
Yeah, she hits him before that. He touches her or something? Picks at her dress?
Something. Yeah, I don't remember either.
You know, I don't think this was necessarily been a bad idea if they had done it shorter and in less episodes.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I liked the concept, and on paper it works. You know, Ben he's lost everything, he goes crazy, and psychologically he breaks down, and as a means of building himself back up, he does the, undoable and wins the Civil War for the South.
Feels like they should have spent more time on it on a fewer episodes than spread out tiny bits of it and just agonizingly stretching it across, 7 episodes or so? So,
and I don't know that it didn't have to be just a laugh scene. It could have been actually, dark and interesting.
Mm-hmm.
If we had seen, if we had seen, some, Ben's psychology breaking through. Mm-hmm. It could have been good. It could have been fixed.
Yeah.
Could have been golden.
And also, when he and Catherine got together a couple episodes ago, what was that? Was that just to make us know Catherine's still bad? Don't like Catherine.
Catherine still remembers who Ben is.
Yeah. Ben is back to himself.
And Bobby doesn't give a shit.
But are you guys good?
Yeah, everybody's smiling, and Bobby's like, whatever, on his face.
He was celebrating with the trumpet.
Also,
well, a little bit later, but there is a moment where he looks exasperated. I can't. It's one of the shots of all of them looking down, and they're all smiling. He looks like he'd rather be doing something else.
Yeah.
Another point for bad direction. You can tell they used 2 different takes. There's when they all looking down to Ben, they're like cheering and everything, and you see 2 scenes of that. But I think Jerry says "attaboy" twice, but he says it in the same way, where they just used 2 takes of that.
Oh.
Oh jeez.
And one's the one where Bobby's just looking on, and the other one's where he's playing the trumpet.
Oh.
That is pretty horrible.
Oh my god, that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Do you think Ben's gonna be back to his old self? He's gonna be
better
than ever?
Better.
Okay.
That's what I want.
All right.
Yes.
By better, you mean worse?
Yeah, more evil and conniving.
Yes, he better be back like twice as bad as ever.
Double the amount of cigars in his mouth.
Oh my god.
It's gonna be one of those guys that has like the multiple cigarettes, to break the world records.
The cigars get fatter.
Yeah.
A cartoony level.
Yeah.
He's gone through the worst. He's lost everything. He's built himself back up from the ground up. He's won the Civil War. What can't he do now?
Yeah, we shall see. Then we move on to what?
Windham Earl, Master of Disguise.
Here's a hint for Dale Cooper. If you find anyone in town that looks like a used car salesman from a 1970s sitcom, you found Windham Earl.
What'd you think of his scene with Leo at the school desk?
What is he writing?
Fan fiction.
Yeah, it's a fanfic. It's
Wow.
don't want to know.
I thought he was maybe trying to have Leo write a note that he would send out with these letters that he's going to continue to send, but it doesn't look like Leo can write anything at all.
Why did he have pictures of Shelley and Donna and Audrey?
He's trying to decide who's going to be the queen?
Yeah.
So those are our choices?
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm assuming the queen will be dead, so who
The
do
only
you
young
not want
females
to see
in
anymore?
Twin Peaks.
Why can't Josie be the queen?
Yeah.
Kill her off.
But if we can't have Josie, I'm okay with Donna.
You would think since it's Windham Earl, it would be someone who has a connection with Coop.
It should be Audrey.
Yeah, the only one of those girls that has a connection with Coop is Audrey.
Like a real connection.
Yeah.
But let's not underestimate the Laura Flynn Boyle factor.
It's gonna be me!
It's not going to be Shelley. If it is Shelley, it's only going to be Shelley because they couldn't agree to have it be one of the other two.
Yeah.
That's pure politics.
Yep.
Next I have Donna is nuts.
Yeah, that's what I wrote too. She's
She
crazy.
runs in there against an armed man.
Using only the power of her voice.
Does she really think that would stop the guy from doing what he was gonna do?
She was just so...
I think that's the wrong question. Does Donna ever think?
No.
Why does she think James is even alive? Like, really? She could be running into the room with a dead body.
Why does she want to keep him alive in the first place? Like,
Yeah, he's been an asshole to her. Like, this whole time.
Well, there's a reason, and the reason is that the two of them together, they're the harbingers of death.
and Malcolm gets it. And we get the slow demon voices.
Oh, man.
That's not a...
Keaton!
That is not... Keaton! That's probably going to be the quote, just all caps. Keaton! But there's no need for that when you're not having a scene of, like, Bob or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing supernatural whatsoever about the Evelyn Marsh story.
No.
So, no.
It's not even remotely creepy.
Not even in Twin Peaks. It's like, what, a few hours west of Twin Peaks? So, screw it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bob's not going to walk over there.
Again, I have to note, rapey hands Malcolm still wrapped around her.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was weird.
If there's one thing I do before I die, it's use my rapey hands against her.
And Evelyn's just like, oh yes, of course, and she just like lays there.
Yeah. Okay, do you think we've seen the last of them now?
Yes! Wait. I don't know. Because as Malcolm died, it seems like Evelyn took on his hypothetical exposition powers.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why there was demon voices. The powers were transferred over to her.
Yeah.
Evelyn's gonna follow them back to Twin Peaks.
What?
No, don't say that.
You'll make it happen.
Yeah.
So what's next for, what's his face?
Who? Malcolm? He's dead.
No. Just not James. What's gonna happen next with James and Donna? Are they gonna get back together?
Yeah, they have to, don't they? Haven't they killed everything else that's in their wake? What's left? What's left for them to destroy?
I think they have to ride off in the sunset and keep killing. They have to be like,
Oh, I hope they leave.
yeah, they're gonna become natural born killers.
Yeah.
Between the two of them, they've got a bike and a van.
Yeah.
So they can do all kinds of A-team adventures.
I think they're rigged up.
Don't forget the $12.
I think they used that all up at Wally's calling Ed.
So what happens next?
Cooper at the Great Northern.
Hey, no, wait.
What?
Why did Evelyn kill Malcolm instead of James?
Because he was coming at her.
She
So,
loves James.
Kabam!
No.
She
Never mind.
loves
Why did I
him.
even ask that? Never mind. Cross that out. Let's keep going. Why did I even go back to that?
We'll never go back there.
God, I'm stupid. I'm sorry, guys.
Isn't that what editing's for?
Yes. Okay.
That whole plot line we're gonna brick up in a room of its own and never speak of it again.
Yes, thank you. But he's gonna lock it with a key and we're gonna swallow the key.
Alright, guys, we're sworn.
Yep.
Okay. Alright.
Next person who mentions Evelyn after me is off the podcast. Yeah, so this is how we know Coop was bullshitting last episode when he said he could sense Windham Earl's presence.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And he can only sense his after presence.
So yeah, he gets a mask in the bed.
Oh, wait, owl postcards.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
Nothing but owl postcards in the
Yeah.
Oh,
I know. I love how he was like, ooh, owls.
In case you didn't catch them, audience.
Yeah.
You know, Diane Keaton, you could have had a lot of different postcards, and then he picks up the owl postcard.
Yeah.
She could have, but she's probably really lazy.
Sell it! Sell it!
Okay, so yeah, you get a death mask.
Death masks are really creepy.
It feels like this scene should have come way earlier before we ever saw Windham Earl. Then it would have been creepier.
Yeah.
You know, just suddenly a voice to the name.
Yeah.
Because he's got a cool voice, you know.
His undergarments are not cool though.
No.
Dirty union suit.
Well, a union suit is good if you want to be funny, but we don't want Windham Earl to be funny.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got a question about the mask. What is the light?
Yeah, because it goes when he picks it up. There's no.
Yeah.
There was something underneath the mask.
But it's just the tape
Maybe-
recorder.
No, there was something that slid down when he picked up the mask.
Ah.
It's like a shiny piece of paper.
It's a magical piece of paper.
That's what it looked like.
Yeah.
All right.
I think it's just reflecting the light, anyways.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I'm all done with this episode. Everyone else done?
Wait. I got one more thing. So on the tape, he says, I love her, and I know you do too.
Mm-hmm.
Which, and again, this is another thing where I know it's probably not. But what if she's not dead?
Ooh.
Because he doesn't say I loved her, and I know you did too. It's I love her, and I know you do too.
But he's
So-
also a crazy man.
He is. I mean, this is I pretty much know this is probably not the case. But what if she's not dead, but because of Cooper's actions, maybe had to go into witness protection or something?
Ooh.
So you're still going with the hypothesis that Cooper did the deed, and he was crazy, and
I don't know. I'm just trying to make this somewhat more interesting. Because it's such a straightforward story, and it could be better.
I know.
All right. So we want to rate this one.
Oh boy.
It should be fun.
I think after, you know what? I think you guys encouraged me to rate it even lower than I was gonna rate it.
I'm sure my rating's lowered as well.
Who thinks they've got the lowest rating? Go.
Oh,
Nope.
it's not me.
I don't think
I'm being too nice.
It's definitely not me.
There's a possibility I'm the lowest. I'll go. I give it 5 out of 10 Leo Steins. So. Anyone beat?
Oh, that half Leo Stein.
Oh, okay. I will go. I'm gonna go 4.
Oh.
Ooh. Are we gonna try to one up each other?
Yes.
Or one
I'm
down
going-
each other.
I'm going 4 out of 10. Phallic ice cream cones. And it's just because I can't go middle of the road because it's not middle of the road. It could have been so much. The episode as it was written, which wasn't great, could have been so much better.
Wasted potential.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10 dry cleaned evidence. And yeah, this is a terrible episode. And I've never liked this episode, and I don't think I ever will. I like parts of it. Pete. That's about it.
Pete is parts.
I like Pete.
Albert is still fun,
Yeah,
but he's just not as cool as
yeah,
he used to
yeah.
Can you give it 4.5 illegal airplane slams out of 10?
be.
Yeah, what? I was gonna ask, what is an airplane slam? Does anybody know?
It's Nadine's signature move.
And why are they illegal?
She probably
It's
killed
that
them.
twirling. Yeah.
She
I think it's
Yeah.
Yeah, we totally didn't talk. Anyway, sorry, Caitlin, go ahead.
Yeah, this episode was just all over the map, and none of the characters were what they should have been. I agree with Brad. There's only one way it can go now. Like, it better get better.
I give it. I'm a little generous because of. I'll get there. 6
Ooh.
6 black and yellow bugs out of 10. Because it's not because of it's mainly not because of what the episode has in it. It's mainly because of, like I said at the beginning, the release of some bull crap that's been going on, and it's kind of the bottom of a ramp, you know, like it's at 0, and they're, you know, can only go up.
I understand.
So it's kind of a very optimistic, but still somewhat negative way of looking at it. Good, you know what I mean? Like, like instead of like saying someone dying, but they were suffering, kind of. Well, at least they're not suffering anymore. So it's a good thing they died. That kind of thing, you know.
Well, I guess if you look at it that way.
We pull off the bandage.
Yes. All right, let's do some quotes.
There's not a lot.
Okay, how about this? It's when Nadine is leaving Ed and Norma when they're in the bed, and she says, "I know about you guys." If they're in the bed together.
Yeah.
What gave it away?
Yeah.
Oh, Coop, about the uniform. Yes, Albert? Replacing the quiet elegance of the dark suit and tie with the casual indifference of those muted to earth tones is a form of fashion suicide, but, call me crazy. On you it works.
I love how he calls it fashion suicide.
That's when Coop should have pointed the finger and went, "You're not Albert!" Come on, people!
Imposter!
All right. Wait. Does anyone else desperately want to do the Donna to Evelyn quote?
No.
No.
Okay. Donna to Evelyn. You really like to make everything sound pointless and stupid, don't you?
Well, that feels like an Easter egg in the episode, doesn't it? Like a self-referential. You love to make everything sound so stupid.
Alright, this one's from Pete. The only words I know in Hungarian are paprika and goulash.
I also enjoyed the quote from Pete. I owe it all to the great Jose Raul Capablanca. Now, if there's chessboards in heaven, Jose's sitting next to the Lord. It's great. I love it.
I'm worried about Coop.
Yeah.
Oh, awful. Just awful.
Not a good impression.
Keaton!
Okay, so let's get to some feedback.
Okay, this is an email. Here goes. I was an original Twin Peaks watcher, and the show has always stayed in my thoughts, so I'm glad to relive the show through you guys and the Facebook group. As for feedback, I know this is an infamous episode, made memorable by the RT to be RT weirdness. But the real problem is that the episode is dominated by the James, Ben Horn, and Josie subplots. And what can you do with that?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to comment on the James and Evelyn plot. Beyond that, at least, it is finally over. I may be one of the only listeners who is glad that Donna is back in the series, though. I always felt that she was an important element of Twin Peaks and that her absence in the past few episodes was problematic. The Patamok scenario scene is the one where the wheels fall off. It is one of the worst scenes in the series. The scene is so awful. Maybe Diane Keaton tried to heighten the campiness of the scene as a way of distancing herself from it, but I wish there was a way to just delete it and have Ben recover some other way. Wouldn't it have been better if Ben Horn had been the chess expert instead of Pete, and they had to use chess to coax Ben out of his madness and his general selfishness? Just a thought. Yeah. The other big problem is what they did to Windham Earl. Week after week, they have slowly worked to create the legend of Windham Earl as a cold-blooded, evil mastermind. Then we see him prancing about in his long johns, playing a flute like Pan. And then much, much worse, popping up at the Great Northern, smiling directly into the camera as he saunters past Cooper in his plaid suit and Mario Brothers mustache. Not only does this make it harder than ever to take Earl seriously again, what does it say about Cooper, who professed to be able to detect Earl's presence hours after he left the police station just 2 episodes ago? This makes both characters look ridiculous.
Agreed.
The writers do a better job with Andrew Packard and Thomas Eckhart, but they are 2 old guys that the viewers don't really care about. I wish they'd made Earl more like Eckhart. Okay, this feedback turned a lot more negative than I thought going in. I ended up rewriting the episode. But if there was ever a Twin Peaks episode to rewrite, this was it. By the way, I did like seeing Albert and Johnny Horn again, like the scene between Audrey and Jerry I loved, the business with Pete Martell, his bundle of dry cleaning bags. I think a silent comedy short could be built around that premise, so I give this 6 dry cleaning bags in Pete's arms out of 10.
Thanks, Harold. Yes.
He had the same rating as me, pretty much.
You want to grab this one, Brad?
Sure. Hello, Twin Peaks cast. It is with deep regret that I write to let you know this is the crappiest episode yet. I found the other ones at least cheesy enough to be entertaining, but this tops them all. Please tell me the worst is done.
I think it is. If not, Brad will eat his hat.
If not, I will eat a maid's hat, a little maid cap.
You better find one on eBay.
On eBay.
Why does it have to be used?
This to be the authentic used maid's cap.
Here are a couple of notes I had. Well, at least the cops in Twin Peaks aren't the only dum-dums. Really? Not being able to spell jaguars? What the hell was up with the weird bar that James and Donna went to? I thought the waiter was just going to show up randomly throughout the rest of the episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, we didn't really talk about that.
Yeah.
Another terrible direction scene.
The guy who keeps popping in?
Yeah, because that could have been funny. There's no reason it shouldn't have been funny. Keaton! Yay, Albert's back, and his impression of Chief Gordon Cole is spot on. But unnecessary. That was my commentary. Wyndham is as loony as they come. Purr.
Yeah, he was doing like a cat, wasn't he, at one point?
That was
stupid.
too much.
Yeah.
Could have been good.
Yeah.
Is it wrong that I wanted Malcolm to kill Donna?
No.
And then I was really hoping his plan to kill James would go through. And what was the point of that storyline?
No point whatsoever.
Nope.
It's to show off James.
Really? Josie is under suspicion of shooting Coop? Where the hell did that storyline come from?
Yeah.
I'm glad that Ben is back, but was it me, or did you think the writers did the Wizard of Oz ending because even they couldn't believe they had to write this crap? Side note, loved Audrey's look. I'm a costume kind of girl, so it totes worked for me. Here's hoping things start to look up, Tammy.
Thanks, Tammy.
By the way, Tammy, I was hoping you would write Jaguar wrong, too.
I don't even know how to spell Jaguar.
Jaguar.
That would have been really awesome.
I'll read this one, or you can read it.
Okay. Ooh, he put an apostrophe in the wrong spot.
Is it for Netflix?
Oh boy.
Hi guys, just wanted to send you a quick email to say I had been waiting for a Twin Peaks podcast for ages, and so far have listened to every one of your shows. Please keep up the good work. It's a shame it's a pretty short series, but I hope you can keep the discussion going for a good while afterwards. Any thoughts on any other shows you may cover afterwards yet?
You want to stop there for a sec?
Yeah.
Yeah, we might do like a series retrospective episode if you guys are into it, and we want to do the movie. Perhaps some season 3 speculation episode. I don't know.
Awesome.
We can come up with some ideas.
Yeah, we'll discuss.
Hopefully, we'll have a couple interviews, and we might review some just David Lynch films as well.
Yes. Please do.
We'll try. We'll see what we can do. All right. We'll probably email you again with a few thoughts and theories once you have all seen the rather awesome finale. Or is it? Dun, dun, dun.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. I don't want to spoil it. I don't want people to expect too much.
Yeah, I don't want to build it up too much.
No. It's crappy, guys.
Yeah,
it's the shittiest episode. You'll be so disappointed. Alright, and if you feel like sharing the love, a cheeky plug for my podcast. I am one of the hosts of Macho Grande Podcast, a show devoted to pushing and discussing new music within the metal alt community, with regular geeky film TV discussion too. Many thanks, Pete from Lincolnshire, UK. Oh, I should have read that with a UK accent, except I can't do it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
If he's got a podcast about metal and alt music, he would like that new video I just posted on our Facebook group
Which you guys can't watch.
Which you guys can't watch.
Yeah.
But what I did.
Why do you taunt me so?
What I did was I put the song "Closer" by Nine Inch Nails to footage from Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me in the series, and kind of built it around the whole relationship with Laura and Bob. Mostly, I just felt the song "Closer."
And it's
fits.
Perfect.
Is it? You like it?
Yeah, it's perfect. Because, like, I had never even thought of that before. And then when I saw it, I was like, "Closer, huh?" And then I watched it. I'm like, well, I was speechless. But
I was like, no words.
Well,
That's awesome.
it was great.
I named the video "Closer to Bob" if you want to search for it on YouTube.
Tease me so.
Brad wants to get closer to Bob too.
Okay, well, guys, it looks like Claire didn't get her email on time, or
It's okay, Claire.
or she fell
She might.
or she fell asleep or something.
Well, I would fall asleep too. It's a bad episode.
Well, that just makes me want to know what she would say even more.
I know.
And this is an email from Claire. Hello, Peeker Peeps and special guest. The infamous Diane Keaton episode. You know that this one will be a struggle to get through when it opens on Evelyn Marsh. Sorry, guys. There's some life, if it can be called that, left in the storyline yet. Boo. The row of identically posed smoking guys in a hideout Willie's was weird. I always expect some village people to start playing the jukebox and them all to spin around in their chairs and do a synchronized dance routine. Maybe that's just me. Did James steal the cocktail umbrella because he admired Dr. Jacoby's collection of them so much? Probably. Brad, I bet you enjoyed Bobby calling Leo Stein. I did. Did Harry just fondle Albert's back after they broke up their hug? Oh, Harry. Always looking for love. I disagree with Albert, though. Coop looks much better in his dark suits. A lot of my issues with Windham Earl come from his forced quirkiness. Now, I know this is a show full of quirkiness, but with him it just doesn't feel organic. That's because it's Diane Keaton. It feels like it's just there to be weird and quirky. I think the actor does a great job, though, with how the character is written. I blame the director. Keaton! So, Ed and Nadine's bedroom is rather disturbing. There are a pair of creepy paintings of young girls on the wall, plus a ton of plush animals. Did those arrive after Nadine woke up from her coma? Because she didn't seem that childlike in the first season. I'm assuming they aren't Ed's plush animals, but who knows. Brad, quick. Put your fingers in your ear. Dixieland is back. Ugh. The worst. Ah, Harry, hard at work again. Playing darts at the sheriff's office. Bringing Pete into the Windham Earl storyline as a chess expert is great. Anything that means more Pete time gets a thumbs up from me. Burp. Ben's Civil War storyline comes to a close more with a whimper than a bang. All it took was half the set design from the National Theater's production of Oklahoma to shake him from his madness. I couldn't stand the shaky cam look to the Evelyn and Malcolm scenes. Again, it feels like a case of just trying too hard. It would have been hilarious, though, if Malcolm continued to spout exposition as he lay dying. What's happening is that I've been shot, and now I'm bleeding. Aw, Coop, so proud of his FBI suit still. I do really like the scene where Cooper finds the death mask of Caroline, because it's just so creepy just sitting in the bed, lit from below. So overall, as you can probably tell, I'm not overly enamored with this episode. I give it 6 polished ice cream cones out of 10. We have a few rough ones left to go until things start picking up again. Signed, Johnny-come-lately Claire.
Okay.
Hey guys, who shot Dale Cooper?
An Asian woman, 2 exclamation points.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay. Yeah, so I guess that's it.
That's it. Thank God. That's it.
Hopefully
This
there's...
was painful. I'm sorry, guys.
Hopefully there's, more good stuff in the future. Thanks for coming on with us, Josh.
Yes, thank you.
It was awesome. Bad episode or not, you guys are the reason for listening to this. So
For keeping going with the series.
yeah, and like I said earlier, it's like you said the numbers are dropping because the thing ended, and I'm like, really? A repeat of that crap? Even like I enjoy watching the worst episode of Twin Peaks more than I would watch a lot of other stuff. I mean, because it's Twin Peaks. Like I said in another one, I said I'm familiar with these characters so much that even when they're doing crap, I'm like, that's fine. Not that big a deal. I don't feel like I'm being tortured,
Yeah.
So
we actually have talked to some people who they started watching the show and they were like, oh, this is such a great show, and then they got to the second season around this part and they were like, I've got better shows to watch. I don't have time to waste. And we're like, just stick with it, but they won't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's especially nowadays. That's what because back in the day with its jumping around the schedule and stuff, and I could see have people having a reason to be all like, okay, fine, screw it.
Mm-hmm.
But nowadays, there's no excuse.
Mm-hmm.
Just soldier on. Especially since you can watch them one after another. You don't have to wait a week for crap. You can just get through crap in 45 minutes.
Unless you're Brad and Caitlin.
Yeah.
How are you guys watching? Oh, that's right. You guys are.
We take care of that. We take care of their scheduling.
Must be torture for you guys. Anyways, do you want to plug your podcast?
I have 2 things to plug, if that's okay.
Sure.
No, it's not okay. Okay.
It's okay. You're right.
I attempt to run the Northern Exposure podcast, Moosecast.
Oh, don't say it like that.
Well,
You gotta plug it. Make it positive.
August 18th was the last time I posted an episode.
Tell people, I need more interest in this.
Yeah, I need more. Anybody with interest and has the ability to Skype in, I'll totally take you. So.
Also, you're just having trouble finding hosts?
Yeah, finding people, because I'm totally up for it all the time.
Well, so if people out there want to, if they've never seen Northern Exposure and you want to be part of an intro cast and be like Brad and Caitlin and watch a show for the first time and be in a podcast about it, look up Josh.
Look up Moosecast.
There's a link on the side of our Blogspot page if you want to check out Moosecast. You say you have something else to plug?
Yes, my webcomic.
Oh, okay.
It's about childhood and how funny it is. It's I said it in the beginning of my first episode of the podcast, but I should have spelled it because it doesn't spell like I pronounce it because I'm an idiot. But it's MCINTOTS at smackjeeves.com. It's called Macintosh, and it's about kids and funny. That's all I can pretty much say about it.
Cool.
But I attempt to make a compelling storyline out of it. But it never takes itself seriously. It's got a lot of Twin Peaks influence in it.
Oh, yeah?
Actually. Yeah, I've got a character coming up because in season 3 they went to camp, and there's a character there that's based off the log lady. She's even got a little log barrette holding her hair, and she, I don't know, she's adorable, but there you go.
Okay, that's it for episode 23. We'll be back next time for episode 24, The Condemned Woman.
Which one?
Oh, is Evelyn back?
Jesus. Oh my goodness. Kicked off the podcast.
Oh, I kicked myself off the podcast. Damn.
And I need a hat.
Well, maybe she'll be sentenced to death.
Yeah.
That would be the best episode ever.
Yeah. All right.
So what happens now?
We say bye, everyone. Bye.
That's right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Farewell.
Oh. Thanks for listening. Check us out on twitter.com/TwinPeaksCast. Search for the Twin Peaks Podcast group on Facebook. And visit us on twinpeakspodcast.blogspot.com. Email your feedback to twinpeakspodcast@gmail.com.
Here's a tune for you guys. Okay. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.